Hey guys, it's Curtis from All the Kings Projects. Y'all are probably wondering why you're looking at a half of a bathtub. Well, there's the other half. Well, what I've decided to do during this coronavirus quarantine is I took an old bathtub. We replaced our bathtub because it rusted out. I cut it in half and I'm going to make a fire pit out of it. Crazy? Or not? I don't know. Anyway, what I want to know is my people that follow my channel. I only have a few of y'all. Some of y'all are welders. Jonathan, I know that you follow my channel. And Waylon Wire, I know you follow my channel. I don't know if Heavy Chevy does or Half-Ass Customs does. But I know they have seen my videos. Well, guys, I'm going to put a challenge out there to y'all. Now, y'all can build them a lot prettier than I probably can, because I'm not a welder by any chance. All I used was a little wire welder, a basic wire welder from Harbor Freight with 30 flux wire. Amateur welder. Now, the challenge is you need to find an old bathtub that's rusted out, or if you have a good one, doesn't matter, as long as it is a steel bathtub. Now my challenge is for you to use your cheapest welder with the cheapest wire and see what kind of firebox you can build. Now, mine is not very beautiful. I should have probably cut it down. You can see that I didn't splice it very good, and that's part of the challenge, is to build it as good as you can, but not make it perfect. That's the challenge. Now, I know you guys are a lot better welders than I am. You probably haven't welded with an old cheap welder in a long time. Now, I know Hot Rod Bob that builds the rat rods. He always says he's not a good welder, but he's a good grinder. Well, that's going to be the thing. I'm showing you a process where I've welded, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to grind down my welds. And of course, I'm probably going to sand this down and I'm going to paint it with high temperature paint. I've got a grate that I'm going to use. It's a cheap grate. It was originally on a dog pen. Just use stuff that you have. Don't go out and buy anything, because you know that's part of the being quarantined, is you use what you got. Now, I am challenging you to build that and make videos of you making it, going through the process. I should have went through the process of showing how to cut it in half, but everybody knows how to use a grinder and cut it in half. Oh, that's another thing. You have to use a cut-off wheel to cut it in half. Cut everything up with a cut-off wheel, like me, because I do not own a plasma cutter or a torch at this time. And you have to use pieces of metal that you have, scrap metal. Now, I used pieces from my tub that I cut in half, and I used the little pieces of metal from the Chevy truck bed that I cut in half. I used little pieces of the metal that I've cut up. to fill in the holes and gaps. Now, that's where it had rusted out on mine. It rusted out in the drain, which I'm not going to hold y'all to that, but I want you to make patches for where your drains were. Make patches for it. Do not weld it in and make it flush. That's part of the challenge. We are making this challenge as a challenge of what somebody would throw together. And I want to see people's creations. The welds can be pretty, but I would think it would be neat if part of the challenge was, like I say, use the cheap welder and see what kind of welds you come up with. Now my welds look like turkey scratch, and I know everybody else's welds are going to be a lot better than mine, but that's like Rat Rod Bob says, my welds may not be pretty, but I do know how to use a grinder. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grind them down and make them smooth. And I'm getting better at my welds. More and more I use it. But that's what I'm challenging everybody to do it as if you were doing it for the first time. Doing your first time welding of building something together. Now I have welded up my rat rod that I'm building with my roll cage and stuff, and welded the floor in that I made out of a traffic sign. Well, actually it's a sign that you found out on the county road. But anyway, and using pieces and parts from that pickup bed and making it that way, because that's what I had. The old saying, use what you have. And Jonathan W. is very good at that. Right now he is building that rat rod pickup. Well, it's not going to be a rat rod. It's just going to be a pickup, an older pickup design. And I think it's going to be cool. But that's what he did with some of his builds he built. His coupe that he built, he used a gremlin roof on it, which is so cool. And he had access to that because he has the wrecking yard and he has all them wrecked vehicles and cars that he's gathered up. And if I had the same thing, I would be doing the same thing. So that's basically what the challenge is to put a firebox together using what you can find and using an old bathtub. So I am putting the challenge out there to whoever is following my channel. I think, like I say, Jonathan W. does it. Waylon may do it, and I think Half-Ass Customs does too. And anybody else that's on my channel that wants to try the challenge, they can. And let's see how far we can do this. And guys, if you're on the challenge and you want to challenge somebody you know, let's challenge them. Let's get this going. And maybe Waylon Wire, you can challenge Heavy Chevy to it with the same things that I have said. So let's see how it goes. And I will make another video as I make more progress on it. And by the way, I wanted to do an update on Bluesy. Here it is. I've got the front of the motor back on. Putting the brackets back where they need to go. The valve covers are back on. Looking good. Both sides. My air cleaner's back on, which I built that air cleaner myself. And I got the idea from Rat Rod Bob. Thank you for inspiring me to build that like that. And Jonathan, if you're listening to me, I think on your Cadillac rod that you built, I think you need to put that style air cleaner on there, the Cadillac air cleaner on it, I think would look sharp on there. You could probably build one, and you probably could find one real easy. But they're out there. I was going to buy one off of the old eBay, but I decided, what the heck, I want to try to build one. And mine was a simple build. It's an old exhaust tip that I cut in half. Use the Isuzu base, or well, the Isuzu body of the air cleaner. Then I used the base off of the air cleaner that originally went on here, welded it on the bottom so it would fit the carburetor. And now I've just got to figure out an air cleaner for it, which, since it is an Isuzu originally airbox, I can probably get an Isuzu air cleaner and put in there, or maybe an aftermarket. I don't know. We'll have to look around and see. But anyway, that is the update on Blues. The hood is, like I say, it's been painted, and I'm fixing to probably paint that probably this weekend. And got me a new air gun. I'm going to try to see if I can use my compressor and paint it with the small Harbor Freight gravity feed 20-ounce gun. Let's try my hand at that. I've been using a different one to do the primer, and I wanted to keep my gun separated. Wanted one just for primer, and now one just for the blue. So anyway, I will let y'all know if I get that painted this weekend or not. I don't know. I might paint the rest of the back of the cab with it. See how I do on the hood first. That way that's underneath the hood, it's not going to be that bad. But I did use painted the back here, and that was pretty hard cleaning out my gun. Well, the blue to get back where I could use primer. So I decided that I didn't want to use both guns for primer and my blue. That way it's easier to clean. But anyway, I've got more sanding to do, and I've got to go online and see if I can find weather stripping and all that good stuff, which is later on down the road. I did get clips for my grill. They're coming in, and I've got to get that thing finished up and sanded down to its final deal, and then get a coat of blue on it, and then we'll sand it down and paint it again, and make it real nice. But that's what we're going to do, and I've got to get this hood adjusted right because it's scuffing up the underneath there. So, but I didn't bolt it up because I was going to take it off to paint it. And I don't know, I might paint it just like this. I don't know. We'll just have to see what I decide this weekend. But anyway, we're stuck on the weekends, stuck at home. I'm still working, just doing very limited hours. The kids, of course, they're all quarantined. Well, they're not really quarantined. They can go anywhere they want, but they're just not working. They work for the school system, and of course, all the school system here in Texas shut down, so they're not working, driving their school buses. So they're here at home, and so they're making the best of it. Wife's going a little stir crazy, but there's really not anywhere for us to go. There's nothing going on that we can go do. So other than go to the grocery store, go to Walmart, and Walmarts are crazy as everybody else decides they want to go to Walmart too. But anyway, I'm going to jump off here. One more look at the challenge. There it is, what I've done so far. So anyway, as I always say, everyone have a great rest of your day. Have a better day tomorrow. And since this is the weekend, on Sunday, have the most best Sunday you've ever had in your life. Until we speak again, I will catch y'all again on the later side. Oh, you see my dryer. Got to get rid of that. We got a new dryer. But anyway, I will catch y'all on the next time. So peace out. And good luck with the challenge. Y'all please try to do this. I would love to see this go on YouTube. If not, then I'll just be challenging myself. Anyway, bye-bye, y'all. Catch you later.